Hello all, Old Geek here, and a few weeks back I took a look at a group of very famous, somewhat infamous, pre-generated characters. The first ever group published for AD&D, because they were at the back of AD&D's first ever module, G1. The group I specifically looked at were the ones from the G123 compilation, but they were the same as originally in G1. They were just republished, repackaged. And they're very famous because not only were they the first, they were republished. And that G123 compilation was certainly one of the, as far as I know, one of the best known compilation modules. It was great. And those characters would have been well known because they not only appeared in the compilation, they appeared in the original modules as well. So they got a lot of publicity. And their names got publicity because everyone thought they were really silly, until you dig a little bit deeper and find out that they were all drawn from a dictionary of Old English and they actually had some meaning. So I thought I'd take a look at their siblings, their natural successors. And this group of characters are the ones that were used in Descent into the Depths of the Earth. Now, I don't believe they appeared in the original publication of D1, D2 and D3. I bought, for example, that's the version I had, and that's the one that contains them, the compilation of D1 and D2. So, naturally, because they only appeared in that compilation, people may not have bought that compilation if they'd already bought D1 and D2 separately. They didn't get quite as much exposure. But they're worth a look because they're from the same pen and from the same source, and they were used in those tournaments of yesteryear. And let's have a look to see if those names have a similar inspiration to them. So these are the original tournament characters from D1 to 2, the compilation, the reissue, Descent into the Depths of the Earth. And you can see straight away that Fonkin Hoddypeak and Beak Gwenders of Crudel have made a reappearance. All the others have been cast off. They're not necessary now. Maybe they died. Who knows? But these two have been brought back, but they've been tweaked slightly. Fonkin Hoddypeak was lawful good in the first one, but something has turned him chaotic now. He's chaotic good. And look, something I did pick up before was his lack of hit points, and his stats have been juggled around. And he now doesn't have a constitution bonus. So I'm assuming that is a little bit of a correction, because his hit points were terrible. Assuming because he had a constitution of 16 in the first one, which meant he would have got a nice chunky constitution bonus and 29 hit points from 5 levels of fighter and 8 levels of magic user. Shocking. It rolled 1s and 2s almost all the way through to get that. But so they pretty much swapped. Previously he had 15 strength and 16 constitution. He's now got 17 strength and 14 constitution, which I think fits the rest of him a lot better. It also gives him room to grow, I believe, in the fighter class. So, not that you're going to grow and descend into the depths of the earth. Where is there to train down there? Maybe the Sverfnablin? No. The drow certainly won't. Right, Beak Gwenders of Crudel. Now, something that I didn't spot before and has been flagged up is that he was 3 levels over his level limit in the first one. He should have been limited to level 6 with the stats he had and the class and race combination that he had. But he's level 9. He's still level 9 here, but they have upped his strength. So he's only 1 level over his level limit now. Only 1 level. Still, he's an illegal character. But he's stronger. He is stronger. Right, the other ones are all new. So, shall we take a look at these names and the characters and see if they're legal? One thing I need you to look at initially is look how many elves there are. This is a campaign against the drow, so it makes campaign sense to have an elvish party. Mostly elvish party, because they hate the drow. So the drow have been discovered. A call has gone out over Greyhawk for elven heroes to step forward and deal with the menace. And here they are. Also, look that they've got high elf, wood elf, and grey elf. So it's nice to see those other elven options shown. I mean, I can't remember any other modules that went into such specificity. Most of them just went elf. At least I think they did. I mean, I'm going to have a look at other modules and see what they say. But there is that specific nature here. So we've got high wood and grey elves. Lots of grey elves out there. Okay. Names. Fnast Dringle. Doesn't sound very wood elfy to me. He's a fighter magic user level 4/8. His stats are, well, you know what? Looking at how overpowered Beak is and how high Fonkin's stats are as well, Fnast looks fairly weak there. But when you think about the 4d6 rearrange method, those are pretty typical. Those are very normal. He's got a 16, a 17, a 13, two 12s, and an 11. That's pretty common for 4d6 rearrange. He feels like an organic character there. So, one thing about these videos, I'm a nerd, and I want to look to see if somebody has looked up something, dissected something, to save me the effort of doing it. And sure enough, it's been done. Somebody somewhere has catalogued all of these names and written down what they mean. Thank you, Greyhawk Online. This is Grodog. I've got it on here. Scrolling down to Fnast Dringle. Fnast means pant, I'm guessing gasp. And Dringle means one who likes to waste time. That would hint at a low constitution. He's got a high constitution, 17 constitution, and he's lawful good. One who likes to waste time gasping and panting. That one, I mean, interesting words. That name doesn't fit. That name really doesn't fit. He's a fighter magic user level 8. Now, if you remember before, they've got spells up here. I've got to turn my head to read this. Fnast has Charm, Monster, Wall of Ice, Clairvoyance, Fireball, Haste, Invisibility, Pyrotechnics, Web, Charm Person, Light Magic, Missile ×2. A classic array of spells. He's quite a useful character. He's Elven Cloak and Boots, but that's... I remember in G123, the magic items hinted at Subterfuge, and this is what they're going to be doing again. Okay, let's move on to Keek Breedbait of Nithe, a gnome fighter thief, level 510. Right, he's got pretty good stats. I mean, yeah, gnomes will get involved in this, won't they? Gnomes will get involved in this whole trip to the drow, the base of the drow. Yes. But Keek Breedbait of Nithe, that is a fairly gnomish name. And he's a really, really good thief, except he hasn't got the cloak and boots, though. He's a gnome. He'd be completely swamped by a cloak and boots. He's got short sword +2, ring of protection +3, boots of speed. He's a little lightweight. What magic items he's got are pretty powerful, but he's a little lightweight in terms of magic items there. But travel light. He's a thief. 16 strength, though. Yeah. Right, Keek Breedbait of Nithe. What does this mean? Keek Breedbait of Nithe. Keek means cackle. Breedbait is someone who likes to start a fight. And Nithe is a base individual. So this is of a place called Nithe. So this is a scummy city. So this is a laughing... it's a laughing shit stirrer from a dodgy Scumsville type city. So that's what he is. He's a cackling starter of fights, and he comes from a rough place. He's a little gnome. That's quite an interesting name. And if you understand the meaning of his name, you could really roleplay that out, couldn't you? Yes, quite like that. I do quite like that. Dargblanc. Right. Grey Elf Fighter. He's only level 7 because elves are limited to level 7 as a fighter. He has got excellent stats. He hits like a proverbial train. Good AC. His hit points are pretty standard, bog standard for a level 7 fighter. So he's decent. Apart from the fact he is level 7, but of course his elvishness will help him there. He'll get that +1 to hit with swords and bows. But it's the name, Dark Blanc. Have you ever seen a name that is less elvish than Dark Blanc? Imagine the scene. Why, Galadriel? Yes, Legolas. What a beautiful elven name you have. Galadriel. Yes, it is. Legolas, it sounds like you might enjoy a drink, but still, it is elven. Oh, who's that over there? It's Darg. Oh, he's the one who sounds like his mother named him after a half-orc. Poor Darg. Right, okay, let's move on. Dark Blanc. What does Dark Blanc mean? Does it mean something remotely elven? Shall we see? I must say, when I found this website, I typed in Dark Blanc because I thought that'd be the name that would be most easy to find. And Google seems to think I'm looking up Dark Blonde. No. I haven't mistyped Dark Blonde. Right. Okay, horse, a day's work. Okay, he is a hard-working, he's big, strong, hard-working, he's got a mule. He's a workhorse. Yeah, I mean, the meaning of the name fits, it's just the name doesn't sound very elven at all. Shall we move on? Yukor Rixel. Now, I've only just realised that was Rixel. For 40 years, I thought it was Rixie. Guessing that's not my original copy, this one. I bought this one on eBay about 10 years ago. My original one, unfortunately, went with all my D&D stuff around 2000. But I'm blaming the fact that I thought this was Rixie on maybe my original copy was a bit scuffed. Or maybe I just didn't read properly. He's a Grey Elf fighter magic user, and he is maximum level 711. He's a proper unit. He's not got a massive amount of hit points. But look at those stats. 18, 31, 18, 16, 15, 15, 18. Did your DM watch you roll those, or did you make them up? Did you pull them out of your backside? Did you turn up at the school and go, I rolled these last night, honest? Don't you believe me? You calling me a liar? Okay, so Yukor Rixel. Let's see what Yukor's all about. Yukor Rixel. Comedy. Oh, no, not comedy. Comely. Mixed up or raw. So it's either somebody who is oddly good looking or a good looking leader. 18 charisma. There you go. Good looking leader. This is the mouthpiece of the party. This is... I wonder if this... If you look at the PDF, there's a picture of the party here. I wonder if this inappropriately dressed female with her... We're going on a descent to the depths of the earth. I shall wear my chain... My metal bikini. Oh no, that'll be really protective and most comfortable. But I wonder if this is meant to be Yukor Rixel. Anyhow, I've skipped past, flipped, there we go. So Yukor Rixel, a comely ruler. A very, very powerful character indeed. We've got Dust of Disappearance, lots of healing. We've got a decent armor class. We've got a decent sword. An intelligent sword that, of course, is not going to take control of... Oh, I'm looking at the wrong character. That was Darg. That's Darg, who's got the Dust of Disappearance. So, yeah, Darg can hide. Your call. Sword +2, spear +1, chainmail +2, shield +2, ring of spell, turning, stone control, earth elementals, potions of flying, gaseous form, invisibility, 3 extra healing. Okay, very, very well equipped. Nimble. There's no no hiding there, but you've still got the ability to move quickly because you've got magic armor, flying, gaseous form. This is a powerful character. This is a powerful character. So have a look. You call Cloud Kill, Polymorph Other, Ice Storm, Rock to Mud, Teleport, Invisibility 10-foot radius. Yeah. This is an absolute unit of a character. Okay, Shab Heenling. This is a half-elven thief, level 12. Quite low hit point. Well, Shab is only 10 constitution, so yeah, you're about average there. It's maybe slightly below average. It's not terrible. It's somewhere close to the average. Only one strong stat, but that's the 18. The 18 dexterity, which is of course what a thief needs. So this is a specialist thief with braces AC 4, boots of travelling and leaping, and a sword of cold. Must be a frostbrand, +3. Where are the missile weapons? I know old school thieves in AD&D had a limited. They couldn't use bows, could they, until Unearthed Arcana? But I really would. The issue with thieves, he's put his equipment makes him look like a melee character. Thieves are not melee characters. They're not. They're your scouts. They get in position and they assist. Missiles. A sneaky dagger flung from behind a rock. That sort of thing. I don't know. It seems a little. The braces AC4 are brilliant for a thief. Boots of travelling and leaping, fine. I mean, it looks. The arrangement of magic items is, I think, is a little bit odd. If this party were genuinely working together, as you expect they should, I think this sword would be more apt in the hands of Darg, and Darg's sword, which can detect evil, metal, and gems, I'd put that in the hands of the thief. Wouldn't you? Doesn't that make sense? Unless there's another suitable sword. There is one further down, actually. The Paladin's got one that might be good for a thief as well. But hey-ho. You've got to consider teamwork. And this series of modules are one of the real sort of teamwork-focused series, because the party is not going to survive without working as a team. So that's a little bit odd to me. But Shab Healing, what does Shab Healing mean? It is a good thiefy name. And it means a base person, a wretch who plays mean tricks. And he's got a charisma of 8. He's not very popular. So he's a dodgy trickster. That's a really good name for a thief. It suits the stats. It suits the alignment of neutral. Well, so maybe that's why he's been a bit selfish and picked that really good sword for himself. Phage the Kexi, Grey Elf Cleric. Right. Let's go to the name first. But there is something I know about this character. Phage the Kexi. Brittle. A clever beguiler. Right, a beguiler. Low charisma. Any spells that might be beguiling? Phage the Kexi? No. But will you take a look at those spells? Phage the Kexi has 2 4th level spells and 2 5th level spells. Look at this. Phage the Kexi is level 7. Phage the Kexi is a Grey Elf Cleric. In AD&D, it was the DM's discretion whether to allow any Elven Clerics, and there were NPCs, generally, NPCs. And they couldn't, well, level 7 Cleric can't use 5th level spells. He's got 2 spells memorised that, by the rules of the game, he can't use. Typo? Should he have been level 9? And did they realise that that was too high a level? At least, I think it's too high a level. I'm just going to check. I have just checked my first edition player's handbook, and yes, Elven Clerics, NPCs limited to level 7. Dodgy, dodgy, dodgy. But he's still a useful character. He's got solid hit points, decent armor class, and he carries a Staff of Healing, which very, very useful item for a cleric. Also notice he's the only cleric in the party. So that's a little bit worrying for this party. More worrying, though. Philotomy Jurament. Human Paladin. Okay. Lay on Hands. That's going to be good healing from that. So, and protection ability and all that sort of stuff. So a Human Paladin will have all that sort of good stuff. I'm just scrolling to find his name. Philotomy Jurament. This, I know, is a good name. Lover of Law, Philotomy. Jurament, to swear, to take oath. This is a perfect paladin name. Phil, for short, as well. Phil J. But Phil J has an issue. He's about to undertake on a massive trek into the Underdark. He's the only character in the party who doesn't have infravision. I mean, look how well organised this party is. They've got lots of oil flasks, backpacks stuffed with rations. There are 3 mules also stuffed with rations. That makes me wonder, because both Fonkin and Beak have gained strength. Is that extra strength come from dragging mules? Is that medieval weight training, dragging a mule? You will come into the dungeon. But I can't see any lanterns. Can't see any lanterns in the party. Okay, of course, continual light. So swords emit a bit of light, but not really enough to go on a big sort of traipse into the Underdark with. Let's see if any of them has continual light. Oh yes, your core Rixel has continual light. So we can assume that continual light will have been cast on something, so that Philotomy is not a total hindrance to this party. Otherwise, this poor paladin will just be a complete waste of space. So yeah, that's rescued. But I do worry if they get separated. It needs a lantern. Philotomy needs a lantern. Unless, I'm guessing, your core... Because your core Rixel is lawful good, so... Cast... Continual light on one of Philotomy's 10 gold pieces? Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. Okay. Okay, yes, yeah, well, that's fine. Little typo down here. As a kid, I spotted this. I wonder whether there was... I know there's an ebony fly. It's a figurine of wondrous power. But is there an ebony fly? So this is a black fly, and this is the black version of the black fly. Do they come in ebony and non-ebony versions? Ebony fly. Also, 10th level paladin, no spells listed. Look at this. No spells listed. I guess it's easy to choose. He's only going to have a couple of first level spells, I believe. And what is it? 10th level paladins. 2 first level spells, isn't it? So, it's not... Cure light wounds. Bless. Reminds me. Were these characters written for AD&D? Something I spotted. Look, here. Phage the Kexi has Bless as a 2nd level spell. In AD&D, wasn't Bless a 1st level spell? Were these characters made using OD&D rules? And is that why some of them break the rules when it comes to character creation? Who knows? Anyway, that's our little look through the names, the characters, and the general party composition for Descent into the Depths of the Earth, D1 to 2. One of AD&D's, in their original forms, one of AD&D's oldest modules. The series came out just after the Giant series originally came out. A little bit of nostalgia for you. Hope you've enjoyed it. I've been the Old Geek. See ya.